friendship and betrayal, power and principle. The story of Thomas Becket shows how a single relationship can change the course of history. And what happened in Canterbury Cathedral 850 years ago still echoes through time.
That's such a fascinating way to look at it, Ian. This wasn't just about medieval church politics, was it? The human drama at its core feels incredibly modern.
Well, Daniel, picture this: London, early 12th century. Thomas Becket, this brilliant young man from a merchant family, catches the eye of King Henry II. They become inseparable, hunting together, sharing private jokes, truly the medieval equivalent of best friends forever.
So, what made Henry decide to elevate his drinking buddy to such an important religious position? The Archbishop of Canterbury was basically the most powerful religious figure in England.
You know, that's where Henry made his crucial mistake. He thought making Becket the Archbishop would give him control over the church, but Becket actually warned him, saying, "If God wills that I become Archbishop, I shall serve him first."
Hmm. And Henry just ignored that warning completely?
Oh man, did he ever. See, Henry couldn't imagine that his closest friend would ever truly oppose him, but once Becket became Archbishop, he underwent this incredible transformation, gave away his wealth, started fasting and praying, became this totally different person.
That must have felt like such a betrayal to Henry. Here's his best friend suddenly becoming his biggest opponent on matters of church authority.
Exactly. And the conflict got really intense when it came to the issue of criminus clerks. Henry wanted priests who committed crimes to be tried in royal courts, but Becket insisted they should only answer to church courts. It might seem technical, but it was really about who held ultimate power.
Well, things got so bad that Becket had to flee to France, right? 6 years in exile. That's a pretty dramatic turn for someone who used to be the king's right hand man.
And when he finally returned in 1170, the tension just exploded. Becket immediately excommunicated bishops who had supported Henry during his absence. That's what led to Henry's famous outburst: "Will no one rid me of this troublesome priest?"
Those words changed everything, didn't they? 4 knights took it as a royal command and rode to Canterbury Cathedral.
The scene in the cathedral on December 29th, 1170 was extraordinary. When the knights burst in during evening prayers, the monks tried to protect Becket, but he faced his killers with remarkable courage, saying, "I am ready to die for my Lord, that in my blood the church may obtain liberty and peace."
The impact of his murder must have been enormous across medieval Europe.
Oh, it was seismic. Within 3 years, Becket was declared a saint. Canterbury became one of the most important pilgrimage sites in Europe, with people reporting miraculous healings at his tomb. And Henry, well, he had to walk barefoot to Becket's tomb and let himself be flogged by monks as penance.
You know what's fascinating? This story has inspired so many retellings, from Chaucer's Canterbury Tales to T.S. Eliot's Murder in the Cathedral. What makes it resonate so strongly across centuries?
I think it's because the core conflicts are still so relevant. The tension between friendship and principle, between secular and spiritual authority, these are struggles we still face today, and Becket's transformation from royal favorite to martyr shows how principles can reshape not just a person, but an entire society.
So, in the end, Ian, it's really about the price we're willing to pay for what we believe in.
Exactly, Daniel. And perhaps that's what makes this story so powerful. It reminds us that sometimes standing up for what we believe in comes at an enormous personal cost, but it also shows how those sacrifices can lead to lasting change. Becket's death fundamentally altered the relationship between church and state in medieval England, and its effects rippled through history in ways that still influence us today.